Dude, I love it. I mean, yeah, you would be really the first one to take this strategy and approach. And I think being the pioneer in it, one, it gives you great bragging rights, but also sets you up for, potential future success and others who maybe want to be mentored or, want to learn how you did it. So definitely, I think a huge opportunity here that we just want to make sure, kind of understand the full scope of it. You guys also understand PadSplit and really identifying how we can best grow this partnership between everybody involved.
I searched the internet and I did not see nothing about PadSplit with mobile homes at all. So I feel like this is going to be a real good, not just insight, but it's going to be a great episode for other people to see and get some insight for real what's going on with PadSplit and in manufactured homes if we could put it together some way.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brad with Flip Market, and I'm here just to let you guys know before this video starts, I need you to click the link below and join our Facebook community, okay? This is the best place to get a wealth of resources, all right? So don't waste no time. Click the link below, join the membership, figure out what your niche is. If you already know what your niche is, you can have great resources there. If you don't know what your niche is, you can learn a lot. We got the free mobile home investing guide. We got more guides coming out soon from the single family crew. We got some support going on with K-San inside of the community. So, hey, click the link below. Don't waste no time.
Is the other owner going to come on as well that you have?
Yeah, so I got Tom. He one of the representatives. He one of the owners. And then I got my property manager. She actually one of the housing authorities for the for HUD, who she do, deal with Section 8 and all that and property management. So she gonna be on here too, and I think those two will be on there. I did have a builder, but he ended up getting, they always busy. The builders always get busy, so So we got Adia with property management. Then we got Tom. He one of the people that own the park. It's in Macon and Albany, and that's in Georgia. And then we got one of my mentors, Mark Anthony. He's out there in AZ. He always doing a whole bunch of big time investments. I think he sold a big company for a lot of money one time with dealing with manufacturing. So this is what we're looking to do. We're looking to look at this whole thing and see how we can utilize it on the mobile home space.
Really identifying how we can best, grow this partnership between everybody involved. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to providing that great member experience, because that's what leads to that longer tenure. So, it's just a matter of understanding what you guys have going on and how we can make sure that PadSplit can fit within those operations.
Right.
Yeah. So I got Tom in the joining who wants to join. Tom, remind me, what does he do?
Yeah, Tom, he's the guy who got the park at Albany and Macon.
Okay, park in Albany and Macon.
Him and a couple partners, yeah. It's him and a couple partners, and I'm planning on doing infill with them. Tom, what's up, my guy?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Tom. What's going on, man?
Oh, man.
Tom said he's a little familiar with the PadSplit situation, but we kind of want to just gear all our questions and focus towards manufactured homes and maybe what we could do with these actually two parks that these guys just got. So we wanted to take one of those vacant homes and just focus on how, maybe even try to run through some numbers if we can. And try to see how it could be profitable just on one and just do everything one for one right now.
Love it. We just got Costin as well. Who's Costin again? Can you remind me, please?
So it's only just Tom and it's just me, Brad.
Well, we got somebody else that's waiting to be admitted. Costin.
Yeah, it might be Mark coming in, but you should be able to let him in. If I sent the link to somebody, they're important. Okay.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I know who it is.
If we don't like them, we'll give them the boot.
Yeah. I love it, man. All right, let me see. We got him joining in. Costin Shepard.
Oh, that's K-San. No,
K-San. Okay, my apologies, man.
He me with Flip Market, so he boots on the ground in Charleston. He get a lot of subject to mobile homes and stuff like that. So this is gonna be the exit strategy that he gonna have to use. So he in the building right now too. What's up, K?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. Do you prefer going by K or K-San?
I prefer going by K. I can't lie. It's easier.
I go by E, man, and I prefer to go by E, so I don't blame you, man.
Everybody, I don't want I don't practice my name telling everybody that my whole life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I like to say, it's one letter. It keeps it easy. So hard to remember that. Hard to forget about
She said she gonna be finishing up with a meet. She in a meeting at 3, but she finishing up. She definitely will get on at 4. So just wait for her to come in. When she come in, we'll start asking her Section 8 questions. See if we can't get some vouchers to jump into these mobile homes for rent by rooms with PadSplit. We're gonna see what type of magic we can put together today.
Hey man, that's what it's about. Just kind of getting the mastermind together, chopping it up, thinking of some ideas, and just thinking creatively on how we can make this happen.
Right.
Yeah, man. Tom, tell me, where's that picture you got in your photo, dude?
That one I think was in Lake Tahoe. Actually, that was Vermont. That was a long time ago, actually.
Vermont, sick, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know you snowboard, Tom. Now I just came from Gatlinburg up there over mountain. Now, hey, I was like jumping, doing jumps and everything. Well, I was like,
I used to do that back in the day. I'm too old now.
no,
Probably break a leg if I did that.
no. Yeah, we definitely got to get one. We got to get one in for sure.
Definitely.
Oh man, Tom, have you ever surfed, man?
So I've never surfed. I was trying to think if I've tried it before, but no, we were thinking about doing it down in Costa Rica, but the waves were just a little too big. So,
Dude, I was just there about 3 weeks ago. I'm in Jacksonville right now, and so I had a chance to get out there. And yeah, those are some beastly waves. They're next level out there.
Yeah. We saw one guy out there get rocked by one, and I was like, nope, no, thank you.
Yeah, I don't do the water either. I can't watch somebody rock.
He's just on the beach drinking, man. He's chilling, man, doing his
He
thing.
in Charleston talking about he don't do the water. It's crazy.
No, listen, no, man, I'm in Charleston. I still don't like the water.
Adia, what's going on? I see you jumped in here. How you feeling?
Hi, feeling great. I'm doing a little multitasking.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. If you can, just give E a little background on who you are, what you do, and how you do it.
My name is Adia Herbert. I'm a real estate agent with an extensive background in property management, and I work with Holden.
Amazing. Well, nice to meet you, Adia. My name is Emanuel, but I go by E. I was just telling, hey, E keeps it easy. And I'm the account executive here at PadSplit. So really anything PadSplit related, I'm your go-to guy for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Have you heard PadSplit before, you?
Pleasure to meet. Holden told me about it, and I read a little bit about it, but I'm interested in learning more.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's what today's going to be all about. It's education. Going to teach everybody here more about PadSplit. Holden, do we have anyone else who's going to be joining?
Right now, we looking for the club pack, man. Don't let nobody else in the VIP, man.
That's it. All right, man. Closing it out.
No more bottles, man.
That's it, man. I love it. So before I get into anything about PadSplit, I just want to kind of understand more on what you'd like to get out of this meeting. I have a lot that I can go through, but I want to make sure I'm able to really hit on those points that you want to address today. So Holden, maybe if you can kind of touch on kind of what your expectations are for today.
Yeah, really just to understand how we can implement PadSplit technology, and make it accommodate for mobile homes. Everything I want you to gear towards is how we can do it with mobile homes, what problems we can run into doing it with mobile homes. I want to get to all the nodes.
I got one thing too. Can I speak?
Yes, absolutely.
So I've been with what he was telling me as well, I was looking at a couple of duplexes and multifamily. So I was thinking it would have been a good idea to probably get more of those type of properties under the PadSplit, because I was thinking that would have been a better idea. So that way we could try to get more cash flow out of those type of properties.
Yeah. So one of the things that's really unique about our model is that you can, our whole slogan is you can earn multifamily returns on single family homes. So that's what's really the big value add for investors. And Holden, thank you for sharing some of the questions there in the chat. I went ahead and just took note of those so that way we can make sure we hit those. So, I mean, just right off the bat, talking about mobile homes, it's something we don't currently have on our platform. But when I was speaking to our head of sales kind of about what you have going on, it sounded like a unique opportunity for more of a larger strategic partnership between you guys. So can you just tell me a little bit more about the mobile home community developments that you manage, kind of the size of them, perhaps maybe the average mobile home size, like bedrooms and things like that? Can you just kind of elaborate on that for me a little bit?
Okay, great. So the average size mobile home that I see in all the parks is a 2-1, 2-1 or 2-2. That's gonna be the only ones that you see single wide, because nobody want to pay double, because for the double wide it's gonna cost double the price, because they got to put it back together whenever they sit it back down and set it up. So that's the average 2-1, 2-2. So I'm only seeing like a double here. We probably can't do no triple ups like single family. But just a little bit about flip market. So basically I help infill with mobile home park owners. I started with selling new construction for Dan Ryan. I sold over 200 new construction homes with Dan Ryan using my marketing strategies. And then I decided to start doing it for myself. I started wholesaling on the side with other mobile home park owners. I got introduced from my accountant to a mobile home park owner. That's how I got my first ever mobile home flip. And then ever since then, I just used the the fact that I'm the only one who will, do videos and do tours and set up the website and do the ads and do the SEO and do the backlinks and do the content creation. And yeah, your blood, sweat, and tears on the content marketing side. And when I noticed that all I had to do was attach myself to the park owners, and it made a great relationship, that's what I started doing. So ever since then, I probably sold over 100 mobile homes now that I work with. I work with the top 3 mobile home park owners in South Carolina right now. From my understanding, it could be some of them people hiding in them trust funds, and you know how they do. But from my understanding, I'm working with people who got over 2,000 doors. So
okay, nice. And where are these mobile home parks located in terms of geographic location, like city wise? Which city are they closest to?
Well, I try to stay close as I can to me. I'm right here in the Spartanburg area, so everything that I work with is Spartanburg, South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, Anderson, South Carolina, Salem, South Carolina, and like I said, I'm expanding with my guy Tom and Tim with being able to get into that Macon and that Albany Park. So that's what we at right now, and then we meeting you guys right here in the timeline.
Yep, I gotcha. And what's the average cost for rent on like a 2-1 versus a 2-2 in that area?
Right now, even if on my whiteboard, you'll see some of the assets that I actually own myself. What I do is I charge $2,000 down, and these are the ones that I rehab myself. I charge $2,000 down and $1,000 a month, and I pay $400 in lot rent, cash flow $600. It probably costs me about $15,000 to $20,000 total to do full rehab.
What was the cost on the rehab? I'm sorry, I missed that.
15 to 20K.
These are signing for year-long leases?
I do month to month so I can get them out if I don't like them, or they can get out if they got a problem.
Yeah, that's good.
That's why this PadSplit is so like, ooh, you close to almost getting that quantum going.
I know, man. Yeah, I mean, so our minimum terms are 31 days, and then basically after that, it's up to you, right? So average tenancy is 10 months nationwide. That's what we're looking at currently, and our occupancy rates nationwide are about 90%. What would you say? What would you say are your occupancy rates? I mean, are you all filled up with the homes there? Or?
Well, right now I got about 2 of them that need to get fixed before I can get in there. But man, listen, the demand is ridiculous. The demand for someone to find a place to rent right now anywhere is ridiculous. And mobile homes, the only one that you don't need a 630 credit score or a 620 credit score to be able to get into. So mobile homes, I'm looking for you to have at least a 500 credit score. If not, I'm just making sure you're not a pedophile. You feel me? Or one of these crazy guys.
Do you do any background checks? Do you do like income verification?
Go through a background check. They go through the property manager. They get a screening to make sure you got a real social security number. Because we get a lot of that sometimes. People like, hey man, can you just let me stay? And I'm just like, I don't know, just you. No. Yeah, so we do accept passports. We accept passport, of course, for identification, but that's what we do. You got to do background check and screening. After you get approved, then you can meet me at the property manager office, and we can close.
I was gonna add in and say something too. Like most of the properties, like most of the lot managers and the property managers, even once we get our hands on them, they still require us to make sure they do like their own screening on the client as well before they allow us to have a tenant in the property. Because most of them, they are already on the land, so we're not transferring, moving them. It's gonna most likely be screened because of the fact that it's already on somebody else's property.
You do an eviction report as well? Do you see if they've been evicted?
Yeah, they do check that. They do check that.
Do you have a rule for that, where if it's like more than 2, you don't allow them, or what's kind of your?
They kind of just go off of they really just ask for a great explanation, because at the end of the day, it's affordable, and if we need to get them out of there, we can get them out of there.
I understand. Yeah. Okay, that's helpful. Now, you mentioned you have the property management. Tell me about that property management team. Who is it? How many team members are part of that?
Adia, this is where you shine. Adia.
I'm trying to unmute myself. Sorry.
Hey, technology gonna try you every day.
Right. So we have maintenance staff and myself, and I have one assistant. The area, like Holden was saying, is a hot area. We have over 500 families moving into Spartanburg alone just about every month. So the rental market is very, very tight, and it's very competitive right now. So this may be a very good alternative in the area.
And
Got it. And any
you said that you guys don't sorry to interrupt. You said you guys don't. I know you guys not in the South Carolina area right now, but you said we can utilize the platform with the screening in the background and then pass it off to the property management and kind of connect that machine together like that.
Correct, exactly. And that's where I'm thinking right now. For you, it's going to help streamline your day-to-day operations, because it sounds like you already have a lot of these things in place. But what this is going to do for you is going to provide you kind of a one-stop shop where, you know, Adia and her assistant, or you, or anyone part of your team, can go into the app and just, you know, keep an eye on things. We do the earning summaries. And I feel like for right now, and again, with you, if you decide to come on board, I think you could drive enough demand to where, hey, let's go ahead and do some paid marketing for you. Let's go ahead, and because that's the threshold that gets us to create a core market, right? Is like, is there enough demand to be able to justify us spending, you know, because here in Jacksonville, we spend about $250,000 every month just on member acquisition for the marketing efforts, right? So all that is going to Google ads, you know, Facebook ads, social media ads. We also do cross-channel listings, so we'll list it across Roomies, Zumper, 60 plus different channels for room rentals. So I think that's another huge advantage. And there's also a couple more things that we offer to members, which I'm going to share with you in this presentation I have lined up, that's going to really show you the value that we bring to communities as well. And because at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, not just doing well, but also doing good for the community. And that's what we do here at PadSplit. Just a couple. So is there any kind of pain points that in your operations that you're facing currently? Are there any challenges?
Man, at first it was a lender for people to get into the rent to own, but we fixed that. I think probably yeah, man, getting the highest best case use with paying that lot rent. So like, it's two different ways to look at it. Me as a mobile home park owner as Tom, and then me as Brad, and then me as somebody coming in to buy something from Brad.
Okay.
So it's like three different ways that I'm feeling like we could all utilize, but it got to be set up in three different channels. In a sense, like somebody like me, I guess I'm just unique to the fact. But for the main two is the mobile home. Me personally, I would want to focus on first. It was helping the people who've been helping me the most, which is the mobile home park owners. You know, because the more that I can bring value to the mobile home park owner, people like I said, the demand there, regardless if I put them on PadSplit or not. You know.
Yeah.
This is something that maybe a mobile home owner, park owners want to do, because they are the lord of the land. You know, and they can look over the endeavor because they want the endeavor on the park. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
they might let somebody like me do it, but I don't know if they'll let the average Joe come in there and the average investor that they don't have a relationship like that come in there and PadSplit out with the in and outs. of people? I know you guys got your restrictions on time. You want people to come out and stuff like. What's the restriction on the time for people for the if I was to stay there that you want me to be outside or come inside or something like that?
You mean like?
Oh, God.
Oh, Tom, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't know if he was talking about it at our parks or if he meant.
No, I'm talking about PadSplit got something for the customers who written by the room from us.
Oh,
is it? I swear I heard that you guys got something like a curfew.
Yeah, so like quiet hours. Yeah, we have the quiet hours. That's basically for like the shared space, right? Like, so you can't be out in the shared space after 10 p.m. I want to say it is. But unless it's like, you're coming in and out of work or something like that, that's understandable. But like, you can't be out there playing blasting music. I mean, so the house rule is we provide guidance on that, and pricing as well. We can provide guidance on it. It's going to be a little bit challenging in a new market because we don't have any comps to work from, but certainly something we can help you with. But you get to set up the rules. We simply provide the guidance. Think of this as like a tool to be able to optimize your day-to-day operations.
Right. Well, quiet hours are pretty much standard.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I was about to say in the mobile home part, they really don't even want you to in and out like that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, unless you're coming home from work or something, right? Yeah. So how many units do you have in total? And also, are you considering, is there any ability to perhaps like convert any of that space into a bedroom, or is it basically set at that 2-bedroom?
Well, I literally just sold one that was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath that was converted to a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. They put the drywall on it, so it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Would that be feasible for PadSplit?
It's not only feasible, it's something we'd actually encourage, my man. We definitely would want to see how we can do that. Because here's the thing with, it's not just about putting as many people as we can, but it actually helps drive away like gatherings or congregations. Because I've heard from other people, other investors who have done co-living where they left the living room and they'll have maybe somebody who's always on that couch, and it's a disturbance to the other people who are in the home. And so by just taking that space and converting it into a bedroom, now they have their own private space, and they can do what they want in there. So there is a reason and a purpose behind it. It's not just to fill as many people as we can.
Oh man, that's nasty. That's nasty. Yeah. I wonder if now we a little cheaper than an apartment. Like I said, I'm charging $1,000 a month for rent, month to month. I wonder what. So see, I've been under the impression that you guys are week by week, or you saying first month they got to be there for a month and then they can do week to week.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. And then it's a 2-week notice if they wanted to leave.
Okay. Okay, and a 2-week notice if they want to leave. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Let's get into the presentation. Let's go.
Let's do it, my man. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for sharing that information. Just the number of units that you have. What is that currently?
Me personally, I got 7 units right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so Tom, how many park owned units you guys said you got for the Albany and Macon?
We have Albany and Macon. We have, I think, 26 park owned units. But we have like 29 vacant pads to bring new homes in.
Okay.
So the park-owned homes are currently occupied. If we were going to use this, we'd be looking to fill vacant lots with a home, and then pad split them from there.
Right.
So it's a matter of finding a home to fill that lot with, and then.
Now, quick question. Well, no, I just want to put this out here for everybody to remind me that I want to see 2 different numbers for me getting one of these used homes that he's saying park-owned homes, which is usually going for $5,000. Then I want to see what the numbers is if we go get one from the dealer for $40,000 to $50,000 brand new and pad split it out. You see what I'm saying? Because if we go get it from the dealer, they could probably just build to what we want it to be. But I just wanted to put that out there real quick before we go into that conversation. And this extra number here, is that Mark? Mark, is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry I had to call in, man. I couldn't figure out how to join the Google Meet thing. I just downloaded the app and I'm driving. I didn't want to get crazy, so I called in.
Hey, this is the GOAT right here, E. This the GOAT right here.
All right. Hey, pleasure to meet the GOAT, man. My name's E.
Hey, first, Mary, everybody. Sorry I got a little bit late. I'm doing a government contract for the Department of Defense down in Mexico, and I'm just coming back from Mexico, so I took me a couple minutes to download the app and clock in, but I'm here.
No, you're good, man. No worries, no stress, man. Hopefully everything's going well with that trip. So, going to that question about the units, can you tell me how many are occupied and if you have any vacant pads at your park?
Tom,
My park?
Tom, back to Tom.
Oh, no, that was with Mark. I'm sorry. I got 26 units with Tom and then 29 vacant with Tom. But Mark, how about
and then I chimed in to see who that was, and that was Mark. So it's still Tom.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's 26. It's right around that number. 26 that are occupied park-owned homes, and then 29 lots that are vacant that need homes on them before we can pad split them. And then we have another 2 parks that in North Carolina that are coming up. We should be closing on them in the next 3 weeks or so. And those have those are all tenant-owned homes, but we do have 30 vacant lots there that we need to fill.
Okay. And what part of North Carolina are they in?
They're over by the coast, Jacksonville, and Kinston, North Carolina.
Got it. So just to make sure I understand the relationship correctly here. So Tom and Mark, are you guys partners? Do you guys work together?
This is their first time meeting too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Tom is the park owner that I'm working with in Macon and Albany. Mark has been a mentor to me. He's done so much in the manufacturing space. I think if it's all right with him, I don't know if I could disclose, but he sold one of the manufacturing companies. Like, this guy's the one. He knows all about manufacturing from up and down.
Got it. And
He's Warren Buffett of our era.
I love it, man. Mark, are you a real estate investor yourself as well? Now that we have the capital?
I'm more of a real estate developer, so most of the stuff I do with manufactured home is develop land. Like we do, I also own a transportation company, so we do a lot of repossessions, both from banks, from taxes, like mobile home taxes, and from park evictions. So we do a lot of repossessions. And a lot of times we relocate those homes from parks to private land, and when we put them on private land, we rent them out. So I've had over 160 rentals at one time. I think now we're down to 140. The rest of them we're selling on payments.
Wow, man, I see why you're called the GOAT. No.
Yeah, it's a nice little dream team right here, boss.
For real. This is the A team right here, man.
Yeah, Avengers.
The Avengers, the Avengers of mobile home parks, man. I love it. Man, this is great. Well, thank you guys again for sharing this. So I appreciate all the information. Again, it's just helpful for me as I'm kind of talking through the strategy and go forward. It's extremely valuable having this information. So let me go ahead and just share my screen. We'll jump into PadSplit and discuss further. And then we're also going to do a platform demo so you can kind of take a look at when you do create that account, some of the tools and resources that we have available to you that you can leverage in your kind of thought process and due diligence process here. So today it's going to be just about really understanding PadSplit, our model. Again, we do well and we do good. Insurance alignment. If hey, you're feeling that this is something you want to move forward with, we can then discuss about further some of our numbers and solutions. I will talk about some numbers now, but would love to schedule a follow-up in the next discussion and talk further about that in greater detail. And then we also have a letter of intent. This letter of intent, it's non-binding. It's not like a contract. There is no penalty or fees or anything like that. It's more so I just call it like a virtual handshake. It just establishes our partnership and relationship. I can make introductions to our partners that we have. Now, our partners are going to be in the core markets. So, and I'm going to show you a map and where our core markets are. So I don't know if we'll have resources in the areas that you're in, but I'll do my best to reach out and connect you to those who may could help us if needed. So as we talked about, we're the largest shared housing marketplace. I like to compare it to Airbnb, right? Short-term rentals were nothing new. Airbnb came in and they created a platform that worked and made it easy for investors to be able to operate at scale. It's always been the biggest issue with co-living and shared housing is like, how do you do this at scale? So this is the map that we have of all of our active core markets currently. Las Vegas, Phoenix, Dallas, Houston, New Orleans, Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, and Richmond. We started in Atlanta. That's where we were founded. And then we have 3 markets that are coming on board now: Baltimore, Kansas City, Miami. And I believe we're also now working on Raleigh as well. We just had Pace Morby He did like a kickoff event there with some of his group members from Sub 2. He's a huge supporter of PadSplit. And I feel like every day we're starting to hear more and more of these kind of real estate investor influencers that are hopping on board. Jesse Vasquez as well. He's like the midterm rental guy. He hopped on and is a big fan as well. So our why, I mean, you guys see it yourself, right? There's a huge need. There's millions of Americans who just don't have enough to be able to rent their own place. And so PadSplit is one of the solutions to that due to the access to homes that we have, our rooms. I'm sorry with that. This just talks about how previous exit strategies don't work. And, you know, now it's created an opportunity for PadSplit to shine. And, you know, we'll look at the layout and we're going to see, hey, where are some areas in this layout that we can potentially add a room? Again, one, to increase your cash flow as these are being rented on a weekly basis with that minimum 31-day term, but also it's hedging your risk as an investor, because if you have, say, for example, one room that's vacant, you still have 5 other streams that are coming in cash flow. Whereas if it's just the entire unit, that thing is sitting there, it's not earning you any money. So I want to pause here. This kind of sometimes tends to bring up questions, or would love to maybe just open it up to see if you guys have any questions regarding the.
I do have one question. Where is PadSplit originated from? What state?
Yeah, so it started in Georgia, out of Atlanta. We started in 2018. We have 15,000 members currently. Now, we call them members. We don't call them tenants. And the reason that is because they don't have tenancy rights. And it's the way we structure the legal structure of a PadSplit, which we'll talk a little bit about later on. But and kind of to keep things short and simple, we'll create an LLC. And then there's going to be a long-term lease agreement between PadSplit and the homeowner or their LLC for that property. And that's going to be the long-term lease agreement. And then the members, once they go through our background check, income verification, eviction report, and credit check, and they pass all those, then that's when they get the ability to book that room. They can see what's there, but they just can't book it until they're passed. And then they have to agree to a members agreement. And this members agreement just states that, hey, you know, you are being accepted as a member to this LLC. You are not establishing tenancy in this home. If there's just a whole, like basically like the legal terms and conditions that they have to agree to be a part of this PadSplit.
So once the residents are approved into PadSplit, they're like greenlighted. They're not specifically or necessarily approved for a specific property. It's more for the program in general.
Yeah. So yeah, right. They're approved to be able to book on our platform. So a couple requirements that we have on our platform, we have to, they can't have had an eviction, more than one eviction in the last 7 years. And they also can't have had a felony in the last 7 years. And their income has to be 2 times whatever the weekly rental rate is. So those are requirements. We do pull the credit check, but there's no kind of credit requirements. That's just more so to have more data on them. And then you, as the host, are going to be able to see their profile. If they are interested in a room, they send you an inquiry. You can take a look at their background checks and all the screenings we've done. And then you're also going to be able to see reviews from other hosts and members. So just kind of like on Airbnb, when a guest stays at a place, the host can rate the guest and the guest can rate the host. But also in PadSplit, the members can rate other members. So if Sally's eating Bob's sandwiches, Sally can give him a bad rating because he's just someone who's eats other people's food, and so you get to see that as a host.
Got it. And once they're approved, are they like? So you mentioned they can do week to week or month to month. Are they able to transfer their location once they're already like in approved and all green lighted? Like, say they're like a traveling nurse, they did like 3 months in one spot, and then they took like another job somewhere else. Could they transfer to another place?
Yep, that's great. I was just actually talking with a woman who's interested in becoming an investor. She has about 6 properties, and she's plans to become a nomad. And she's like, shoot, I'm just going to become a PadSplit member myself, and then as I'm kind of hopping around these places, just rent the room. So yeah, that's something we do have. Like once you're approved for the platform, and you can rent at other PadSplits as well. And I'll talk about some of the benefits and incentives that we offer to members that, drive that 98% collection rate. But it's more than just a room rental. There are some additional benefits with it as well. And if they're terminated, right, say they're terminated for non-payment, not only are they going to have to vacate the property that they're at, but then they're not going to be able to actually rent any other rooms on PadSplit. So again, that's another driver for good behavior, because hey, if they screw this up, now they've just closed out their options by 7,000 units that we have available now.
I like that.
Any other questions regarding this this layout? So one thing I want to mention, the room requirements, right? What is it required for it to be considered a room? It has to be at least 80 square feet. That's per city and code zoning regulations. Has to be at least 80 square feet. There needs to be 2 points of egress, and one of those points has to be to the outside of the home. So that can either be a door or a window large enough for somebody to go through. I once had a host who did like these little windows, and I was like, look, can't do that. We need to have full-size windows where people can go through, as it's more of a safety requirement than anything, right? If something happens in the home, they gotta get out.
Would you say that this checklist is almost like Section 8, like a deal? You know how you gotta go, how they gotta go through the Section 8 what is it, the inspection list? They gotta go through an inspection before the voucher can be able to rent.
Yes, it's similar. You can't have any blocked egresses, and the person has to be able to get in and out. Yeah, it's very similar.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think with an idea, maybe you can help me here, because I don't have a lot of Section 8 experience, but it's still just rentals to single families, right? It's not like room rentals.
Right. It just depends on what the person's voucher's for. Now, there are a lot of people with 1-bedroom vouchers that have a really hard time finding somewhere to rent.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think this would be? Do you think that there's a way to implement this for those specific vouchers to clean up that voucher wait list?
I'm not 100% certain. I would have to look at it and compare the rules and regulations to make sure that none of them overlap, if that makes sense.
Man, that's a great answer. Well, I like the fact that we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
And that's the first time I've had that question come up. I didn't realize Section 8 vouchers could be used for bedrooms as well. So I'll take that back to the team. I'll note that down as a follow-up from my end and figure out how that works. If that's something I do know with like SSI, if they have SSI, their SSI has to be, I think it's two-thirds something. Oh man, I got to go back and see, because typically it's half of whatever they're making is what they get approved for. Whereas if it's SSI, it's 2/3 that they would get approved for, I believe. But I'll double check on that one as well.
Yeah, let's all hold each other accountable for understanding, for kind of connecting that dot somewhere in the future.
Yeah, we have it within our knowledge base, and I'll go in there and take a look. It's something that hasn't come up in a bit of time, but I'll verify that for you. So 2 points of egress are required. If you do have a door on the outside, right, that's going to be considered then a premium room, because now they have a private entrance that they can come from. Typically premium rooms, you can charge anywhere from about 15 to 25% more. If it has a private bathroom, that's again another premium room. Same rule applies. And if it's both, right, if it both has a private entrance and a bathroom, then you can charge anywhere from about 20 to 50% more. So I'm not sure if that's going to apply in this case, but just want you to kind of think about when you were saying like building out these homes,
right,
potentially that could be something you could think about, having a premium room. Yeah. So 2 points of egress, 80 square feet. There also has to be an AC vent or a mini split or some kind of AC ventilation in the room. We don't allow window units. It's more of a security issue. So I'm not sure, how do these units work? Do they have like some kind of central HVAC?
Now we're getting into the gristle. We're getting into it now.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, most of the time, some of them do have central. Of course, if it's brand new, it's gonna have all those smart new works. We all know that. But if we run into a part like what Tom got, they got this one that been vacant with these 70s and 80s homes, we might have to go through and put a whole new HVAC system or a central air system in that thing. Because I know some of them still got the furnaces in it. What I've been doing is putting the baseboards down for heat, and then doing air conditioning units for the windows. But like you said, we got to be that egress for them rooms, and especially if you're trying to get a premium room. Honestly though, I feel like now, I mean, if with understanding that, it makes sense to just put that in the budget now. Like, hey, you need to make sure you got essential heating in there.
Yeah.
Home. Even if you got to go spend the $8,000, you need to go do it because I mean, you'll get it back for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to take a look at the numbers and see potentially what you could rent each room at, and just see when is going to be your return on capital, right? How long are you have to stay in this investment before you start, profiting for that additional cost? But I would definitely recommend, going forward, keeping that in mind. And then I think even in case like, hey, if you have to convert it back to a standard rental, now it's still worth more because it has now a central HVAC system. So it's one of those investments, because sometimes what I'll run into here locally is like they need to add a bathroom, but where they're going to add a bathroom, it doesn't make sense, right? If they converted back to a single family rental. So that's something I always kind of want to keep in mind. Now our requirement is, and it's not going to apply in this case, but just so you know, it's for every 4 bedrooms, there needs to be 1 bathroom.
Okay.
So, and then with bathrooms, we recommend just having a standing shower just to keep your utility expenses lower, because, and also members spending less time in that bathroom with it being a standing shower. And then as far as with the HVAC system, having like a smart thermostat, something that's lockable, that's huge, man. So that way you can remotely control it. And then every bedroom has to have Wi-Fi enabled smart locks on it. So that's something I want to make you aware of. Now you can do punch locks if you want, but just keep in mind now that, you're not going to be able to change the codes remotely. So just something to think about if you decide to go kind of the punch code route, that, that's going to be the same. Or you could have somebody manually go in there and set a new code with the punch code. Up to you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw where you guys got the affiliate link at the bottom for people to buy everything that you feel like they need to be able to make stuff run smooth. So
that's right. Yeah, we have like our inventory list, so you can buy everything there and basically furnish what you need in your PadSplit. So any other questions regarding the layout, the conversion process, how this works with PadSplit? No? Okay. Cool. So we're just going to move on, talk about some of those additional benefits that members get versus a standard room rental. So as we talked about, private lockable bedroom, they get access to common areas like kitchen and laundry room. Now, I want to talk about that laundry room. How does that work? Is there like a area in the community for laundry, or?
no, so what I mean, from my understanding, from what I've been seeing is some of them will get a washer and dryer. They be having them in there. I just helped a tenant move a washer and dryer in his unit, and then some people they won't do that. They'll just go to the laundromat down the street.
Okay, so that's something to keep in mind, because when we market these properties, we market them as having washer and dryers. Now, we are adding Baltimore as a core market. A lot of units in Baltimore just don't have the space for a washer and dryer. And so we're kind of navigating that market in a unique way. But in this case, because it's PadSplit anywhere, it wouldn't fall in that standard core market requirement. So you'd ultimately, as a host, get to decide. I would definitely encourage like noting in the description of the listing if it has a washer and dryer or not, so people know before they move there.
I definitely would.
Yeah, that's huge. I think the biggest thing is just setting expectations, right? You want to be very transparent, so when people get there, they're not like, "What the heck? Like, why did not they tell me that?" That's been what we've seen the biggest issue for like we call them emergency move outs, where they move out prior to the 31 days, is there wasn't proper expectation set for the members before arriving there. So just be very clear and transparent on that. Again, they'll have access to private or shared bathroom furnishings as well. So we only require standard furnishings, which includes a bed frame with a mattress, some source of light in the room, either from the ceiling or a nightstand light, or even a floor light, whatever works for the configuration. And then a place to store clothes. So if it doesn't have a closet, it needs a dresser or an armoire, somewhere where they can store their clothes is going to be required. We encourage adding a desk, but it's up to you to decide. That's optional. It's certainly not a requirement. But as you're running the numbers, you want to kind of think about what that cost is going to be to furnish these places, because that's going to be required. You don't have to do bed sheets or any of that stuff, because the members are going to bring their own. You will have to, however, do staging of the rooms. Now I'm thinking with you. Yeah, go ahead, Adia. Yep.
I don't mean to interrupt, but
Yeah.
as far as are there sanitation guidelines and pest control protocols?
Yeah, so you as the homeowner are going to be responsible for pest control and lawn care. That's something that is going to have to be done. And what was the other point you mentioned? I'm sorry.
I didn't know if PadSplit had like special sanitation guidelines or pest control guidelines. I'm thinking of people are being transient bed bugs.
Yeah. So we do recommend a monthly cleaning. It's not something that is currently required on the platform. I wouldn't be surprised if one day we do require it. But for right now, it's like at least at a minimum doing it on a monthly basis, a cleaning of the room. And when the members move in, they're paying $100 move-in fee, as we call it, which is non-refundable. And that's actually to cover the cost of their turn, whenever that is. We've found that on average, a turn costs about $75. Because it's not like anything major is needed. Typically, it's just a deep clean of the room, and then also making sure that you're cleaning the shared space. So when that next person comes in, not only is the room clean, but also what they're walking into, that shared space is clean as well. That's in addition to your standard monthly clean, which we recommend. So you want to throw that into the budget as well, kind of take that into consideration with these cleans. So I want to be very transparent here on like everything that's required, because I can understand currently what you have with this month to month. It may not be something that you currently do, right? So we just want to make sure managing expectations here in full transparency. All about setting you up for success, right? And if it's not a good fit, that's why I want to, make sure we figure that out before we move along. Now, one of the things I do want to mention is we do offer also access to telemedicine and job matching services as well. So in the event that they lose their job, we'll connect them with a resource that can actually help them place them in a new job. We do positive rent payment reporting as well. So that's a big one. So as they're paying on time, they're actually building their credit. So that's another driver to getting that 98% collection rate. And we actually even have a story of this woman in Atlanta, started about 2019, was living in a PadSplit for a year, and then eventually she was saved up enough to get her own home, and now she's actually an investor with PadSplit. She saw the value of the model, and now she's an investor herself. And then also when we do that income verification, we're going to see not only how much are they getting paid, but also at what frequency and what day. And that way we're going to tie their payment schedule to their pay period. And that's, again, another driver to that 98% collection rate. Any questions regarding the services and the benefits that we include to members?
Now, we over here, what we do is we help people get credit repair if they don't got a 520 credit score to get lended. Do you guys help people with credit repair? I think you guys said something about you guys reporting to the credit for the customer. But I wanted to ask, do you report to the business credit for the host?
The business credit for the host.
Yeah, as far as like the same way that somebody getting, the same way that people get a credit for paying.
Yeah.
A way for us to do you guys use like NAV or these business, these like Duns and Bradstreet? Are you guys reporting to these places that I might be wanting to get some funding in the future with? Yeah.
So you'll have access to your earnings statement, the revenue that you're earning, like your net profit. And you can use those statements then that you can, share to potential lenders and evaluate that. But as far as, because we're not giving you credit, we're just giving you income, and that revenue can then be used to gain access to credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because who are you guys using to fix their credit? Well, I guess to report to their credit for them. And which viewers are you using? Experian, TransUnion, all of them? So
that's a good question that I haven't had come up yet. I'm going to verify that. My assumption is it's reported to all of them, but I'll verify that. I'll add that as a follow-up.
Nice. And and ask them, you can let them know I told you, y'all got to come up with a way for the income to get reported to these business LLCs for sure. The same way you help the customer. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, and like I said, we can definitely,
and then give me a line of credit to go get more houses to do more PadSplits. Come on, man.
There you go. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask about that. I'll see. I know typically we'll you can use that income report, that earnings report, and then you can provide that to lenders and you can tell them, hey, look, I got these, 10 plus assets that are bringing in 3K whatever net revenue or net income, and be able to use that. But I'll ask about which bureaus we report to, and also for the host.
Yeah, we digging deep. We digging deep.
That's it, man. That's what it's about today. Cool. Any other questions?
What y'all thinking over there? What you thinking, Mark? What you thinking, Tom? What you thinking, Adia?
I think it sounds great.
Just sounds good to me.
All right, let's go. E, let's keep it pushing. What you got?
Yeah, let's keep it moving here, man. I would love to be able to wrap up around 5, but certainly want to make sure be respectful of your time here. So this talks about what we include. So we charge a 14.75% platform fee, and 12% of that is for our platform, and then 2.75% is for the payment processing through Stripe. And that's how, again, one of those drivers for that 98%.
14 point what?
14.75.
Okay.
So that's something that's how we run as a business. And Airbnb, for example, they charge 15. So we're actually 0.25% less than them.
Now, my big question is, how is this going to make me money when I got to pay a DIA too, a 10%? Now, how would that work? How would an investor win with all of this going on?
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking, with the configuration you have set up, it's going to have to be at scale, because you're going to have those tighter margins. Because, for example, our sweet spot is 6 to 7 or 6 to 8 bedrooms. That's where we try to shoot for when we're working with the single family homes. In this case, with mobile homes, again, margins are going to be smaller. So we're going to have to see, one, if you do this at scale, how are your expenses going to be with the furnishings and the locks and all this additional, the platform fee? I just don't want us to get too ahead of ourselves before we actually kind of look at the numbers and see how that looks like.
Yeah, man, this right here is just a test of the water, a taste of the water to see what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad I got all these specific people on here right now. Y'all don't even know how much of a blessing this is to be able to have all y'all on here and just be able to just let y'all do what y'all do best, for sure.
Dude, I love the energy, man. Yeah. And I want to share more about this legal structure. So again, we have close to 7,000 units on our platform, and 0 have been removed with the legal structure we have in place. So it works, and it mitigates your risk as an investor. This kind of provides a diagram, and it's pretty straightforward as far as how this works. And again, I'll send this deck out to everyone so that way you guys have access to it. But this talks about what host or property managers are responsible for and what PadSplit is responsible for. To pretty much just break it down, it's, you're going to be responsible for the listings, setting the pricing, the rules, the locks, move-in instructions. We provide the platform on which you can do that. You get to, again, review the move-ins that are coming in if you'd like to accept those. We'll do the background checks, income verification, and provide you with the move-in tools needed. Setting up the house rules. Now, if there's a termination that's needed, we'll initiate that conversation, and then it'll be you can communicate directly with the members. If there's any escalations that are required from us, we can step in. We have our customer support team. We used to operate with this key system where everybody would get 3 keys, but we're transitioning out of that and going to that rating system where members can rate each other, and once they fall below a certain threshold, then that's when they are terminated off the platform. So we are testing that, and we are working on implementing it, and then we'll do all the payment collections. So, and this just outlines the fees that are included. So what I want to guide you to now is over to our website, PadSplit.com, and you can go to the For Hosts tab in the ribbon, and then click on Become a Host. It's going to ask for some basic information: first name, last name, email, and it's going to ask if you're already working with somebody from PadSplit. You can select my name, but the reason you want to do it now, even before you are, even ready to become an active host is because of the resources that we provide. So if you go into the resources, find and acquire here, you have your earnings calculator. So this is a good way to underwrite deals, potentially see if it makes sense as a pad split. So I'll go ahead and open that up in a new tab. And then the market data insights map. I don't think you're going to get a lot of use out of this because right now we only have markets where it's a core market. So we can say we're in Richmond, Virginia, but I know we don't have a lot. This is one of our newer markets, so we don't have many in this area. Atlanta, for example, is our largest or longest standing market and our largest as well. So you can see here we have some really good numbers where 98%. Occupancy, $195 per week, 183, 100% occupancy, 93%, 182. So as you kind of click around, you can see how it varies within every zip code. So if you plan on, looking at Atlanta as potentially as an area to invest in for a pad split.
Can you go towards the Macon Albany area?
Yeah, Macon's further south, right? Yeah. So we don't have anything here because it's technically outside of the core market.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing currently because this only shows core market areas.
It's cool. That might be some gold out there for sure.
Yep. But then this is the earnings calculator. So then this is where you can see, hey, compared to a single family rental, potentially what that would be. So I will just go ahead and just use an example here from Atlanta, just so we can run through this briefly. But 30315.
You get charged way more in Atlanta for rentals because, man, like I said, I'm in the dirty south. I'm by the Bible Belt. It's about the cheapest you get where I'm at. Can't find it for 5,000.
I hear you on that. Yeah,
you can't get it for 5,000.
Yeah. So, and then this would, again, show you if you added additional bedrooms. Let's say we add one additional bedroom. You said the market rate per month is $1,000.
Mm-hmm. You might as well put 50,000 for a brand new one. Really not really. Yeah. That's how you got to do it. You got to do it that way. Just 3 bedroom, 1 bath. Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they do got 3 bedrooms single wise, like I said. So that would be it there. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we're kind of running the assumption if we added a bedroom, potentially what that difference would be with pad split.
What if we just decided no more living room, like you said, and make it like a little den area? So make the original 3 bedroom because they got 3 bedroom. But now leave it like that because I said the average was 2 months. So
yeah. Let's go ahead and go with the majority that you have. Because again, we can modify these numbers to make them work, but then we're not being honest about the numbers, and this is where we start looking to see what makes sense. So. Utilities, again, that would be up to the tenant. Concessions, that's like bad debt. So that's something that it's part of any investment. You always have to take that into account. General rule of thumb is just putting that at 3%. So maintenance, what would you say is like the monthly maintenance on these, man?
So on the used ones, man, I'm gonna be honest, we don't handle none of the maintenance once we give over the rights to the tenant.
Oh, really? It's up to the tenant to.
Yeah, that's for the ones we don't own, but for the ones I do own, like I said, you just gotta have everything in order. So I say just have like an extra 100, 150 to the side for anything that. But once you got the AC, once you got the AC and the heat and the power and the plumbing together on a mobile home, you locked in. You locked in for a minute, just like our regular home. I mean, that's why we get in some of these homes, they be 70s and 80s, So yeah, I think about 100, 150, about 150 bucks just in case. For 50
what
bucks.
about yard work and pest control? Are you guys take care of that? Yard work and pest control?
So if we speaking for the park owner, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's your cost for that per
person per lot? I think, and because they so next to each other, it's almost like the person probably getting paid. Let's say 500 a park. Let's say 500 for the park.
For the park.
Yeah, okay. Let's say 500 for like a 20 pad park or something like that. So let's break it down to about another 50 bucks a month.
Yeah, let's say like 50 bucks a month.
Yeah, that's conservative.
Insurance, are you paying any insurance on these places, or is that?
You
Hard
can
like
make the tenant pay rental insurance or homeowners insurance.
okay.
Mhm.
And then are you paying the taxes or is tenant paying taxes?
We'll pay the taxes for sure.
What's like ballpark estimate on those?
Oh, mobile home is the cheapest tax ever, but it just be the land. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's just like
$40.
I mean, most I ever paid was like $75 on a mobile home.
Really? Oh, like for the year?
Yeah, for the year for sure.
Oh shit, man! I'll put $10 in there. That's yeah. When we're working with
for the house, that's not for the land under.
Okay. What's the land tax on that?
It could be. Let's just go with a standard land tax. Could be about 500 a year.
Okay. So
Let's say about 500 a year, just in case.
so we're looking at like $50 in total.
Yeah.
Turn costs, I'll put like $20 a month you're setting aside for turns.
Put the same as a single family. Because I know it sounds easier, but it's all the same shit.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's all the same things.
Yeah.
Property management gonna need something, ain't it?
Huh?
Property management gonna need something, ain't it, on there?
Oh yeah. See, what was the property management that you charge for that?
Yeah, she charged 10%.
10%. So like if it's $100.
If we make it 3,000, she want 300.
But per unit though, right? It's $1,000 per month.
It might be easier to manage these people now that she's using a certain interface. So I might be able to get a cheaper rate.
Okay.
But I don't know. It might be more volume coming in, so it might be a different,
Because it's $1,000 for the entire unit, right? All two bedrooms that are in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's say you do make it. So that's okay. So $250 a week. I don't know if you could charge more than like $90 per week. So if
Yeah, I'm thinking like 100 a week.
100 a week. Yeah, let's just do it a flat 100. And let's say, let's just match it, same vacancy, 8%, 3% concession. Utilities. I mean, what would you think be the monthly utility costs on one of these things?
They usually build the property person back if they got the rubs. Hey, Tom, don't they usually build back? How much a tenant monthly bill usually is? Probably no more than $30-$40 a month.
Talking about utilities?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where some of them are included, sometimes they're included. If we have a well, we're not billing them for the well, but electric, yeah, probably about $30-$40. Where we can, if we can get it sub-metered, we're charging them. If we can't, we just have to roll it with it.
Okay.
And maintenance capex, what's that? Okay, yeah.
That's gonna see. So I mean, it'll probably be a little bit more because you're gonna have that additional bedroom. So let's say 125. Contract services, that's going to be relatively the same because it's just the yard work and pest control. Insurance, so you said that was something that the tenant was paying for?
Yeah, usually the tenants pay for that, but we don't know how that's going with now that we're going through PadSplit. So
yeah,
we need to get homeowners insurance. So
yeah. So what is like a typical rate on a 2-1 for homeowners insurance?
Monthly? Call it $50.
$50.
I
Okay.
was about to say that about 50.
We'll keep property tax the same. What do you think for property management? Keeping the same at 100?
She gonna want 10%. So if I make 10,000, she want 1,000. If I make 1,000, she want 100.
All right.
Whatever we about to project is what we need to put in property management.
Yeah. So weekly. So okay. So if we do 3, so yeah, it'll be like okay. So if it's 100. 400, we got 3, it's 1,200, so we'll do 120. I'm gonna just keep this at 0 for right now because I want to just more so look at the cash flow. So assuming these numbers, it looks like a 13% increase. compared to a single family rental after expenses. So when we look at this and we expand, and we expand this, looking at 492 versus 554, and that's with the assumption of the expenses that we put here. You can hover over,
Right.
take a look at that. So I think the consideration here, again, this doesn't include furnishings. This doesn't include the Wi-Fi locks. This does include our platform fee that we charge. And it also does include the transaction fee. But even so, I think, again, we always want to shoot for at least 50% or more.
Heck yeah.
Because otherwise you may actually be losing out on money. Right. So that's where my concern was, is because the margins are smaller here compared to what our standard homes that we work with. Yeah.
Let's tweak the rooms, and then tweaking the rooms will make us understand. Okay, if we get a double wide, this is what we do. If we get maybe this strategy is for double wides only. Maybe the strategy is for ones with land that will allow us to add rooms.
Yeah.
Maybe it flows into a whole nother a specific category within mobile homes to get that 50% return.
Yeah. So let me do single. This is a single wide unit. Is that what you call them?
Yeah, then we call that a single wide unit. Yeah.
All right.
And now let's do double wide unit. Now double wide is 4 bedrooms already. Huge living room and kitchen. You can damn near look up a double wide real quick. Floor plan on Google real quick. Like just look at that.
Yeah, about to look it up right now. Double wide.
Yeah, let's turn it up.
Let's see, double wide unit, mobile home. What plan?
And man, I've been working with Clayton Homes, helping them sell the used homes. They
got 4 bedrooms, a little retreat. Yeah, I mean, you could probably make like an additional, like from a 4 bedroom.
On screen? Can you bring it up to the?
Oh yeah. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. This is what I'm looking at. I don't know. Again, they got a couple different floor plans, but
you seeing the size and all that, and
Yeah, like for example, like you can put a wall here and like an L wall here, so there's still like a hallway that goes into here into the porch. So you got one room here. You could potentially again seal this off. You have a room right here that goes into the kitchen, so that's 2 rooms right there, right? That you can create. You can even seal 3, as a matter of fact, because then you can seal this off here. And then this is a master bedroom. This is a bedroom here as well.
That's the one that you put the slice on. That's a bedroom. The other
one, 1, 2. You're looking at 3. Just looking like a 7 bedroom. So I think this could be a better use case scenario.
Now we make sense.
With the double wide. So let me just go ahead and just run this real quick.
And it works so good because listen, a lot of those people got into those Clayton homes. Those Clayton home mortgages and stuff like that, and they ready to go get a regular single family house or something like that with the double wides. And like I said, when K-Son was on here earlier, we literally got somebody right now who want to subject to us. They double wide, 4 bedroom, 2 bath. They owe like 50. It's worth 80. You see what I'm saying? And trying to see she owe like $1,500 a month on it. So I'm like, ain't no way in hell nobody gonna pay that a month and then pay lot rent, but she got somebody to do that. And now it's about, maybe we need to, when we do take it over, we need to implement a new strategy. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking this right here would definitely work with the double wides. The double wides looking promising. Run the numbers. That's them right there.
What do they usually go for when you're renting them? The double wide.
Double wide, we could probably put about an extra $200-$300 on top of that per month. You can get about $1,300 a month for a double wide.
All right. How much do they usually go for, the cost for them?
So used, I see the double wides can go for maximum $40,000-$50,000 used. And then brand new, man, you can get a damn double wide for 200 bands if you want to spend it, But
average though, like let's say on average, what's like 100K?
Cheapest one I seen double wide probably was about 100K, like you said, about 100. Probably 80, to be realistic. You know, but 100. Matter of fact, let's just keep it at 100 with setup fees and come on, man. You know.
So we're gonna keep same numbers here. Maintenance. You know, let me see. Let me pull up what we had. I think good thing I downloaded that.
Because it's so crazy. I got a guy right now. We just finished demoing 7 mobile homes, and he bringing in brand new mobile homes. So I might be, and he might want to buy a brand new double wide and put on one of those lots that he planning on selling off. You know,
okay.
For real, he might want to keep one and cash flow one of them things.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out like what we're doing right now. It's time to run numbers.
That's what it is about, man. We're just trying to see what we can make here. I'm going to keep the average weekly room price the way it is. Again, the goal here is going to have those additional bedrooms.
It's supposed to do 50% regardless.
Yeah. Utilities are probably going to be a little bit more. Let's say like 80. We'll double that. Maintenance, a little bit more people, so we'll do 175.
Right.
Contract share is going to be the same. Insurance, property taxes, a little bit more because it's bigger property, more value, and then property management. So now with 7 bedrooms, let's see, 700 times 4. She's taking 10%, so we're looking at 280 for property management. By these changes. All right, so now this is starting to look a lot better, right? With these double wides, we can see now you got a 131% increase.
Man, get out of here. Now, what about that number that you had put 0 on, the renovation?
Oh, so this is, I'm sorry, that's going to be, yeah, that's not going to affect your net operating income, but that will be for your unlevered return on cost. So let's say to convert it as a pad split, if we're making those 3 additional bedrooms, let's say it's like, what would you say? 10, like 8K, would you say, just in this example that we had where we, you know, add a wall here, or
yeah, that are for sure. I think 8,000 for sure. Hell, I'll do it myself for 8,000. They get the tripping.
Yeah, you do it for 8,000.
Ain't that right, Tom? We out there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You could probably throw a wall up for $500 with a door in it, you know.
Oh, man, what? Drill in hand, ready to go.
Mom's the builder out here, man.
Cool. Well, no, man, that's amazing. So break down how was that possible? Just because let's break that down.
Yeah, absolutely. So really what happened here was now we had more revenue coming in from more rooms, right? So now we're still charging $100 per room, but now we have 7 rooms that are bringing in revenue times 4. Hold on. It's 100 times 7 times 4.3 is the calculation that we use because it's on a weekly basis, right? So there's that additional time frame of the additional days throughout the year. So we do about times 4.3. So that's how we get to the 3,033 gross. And then there's the vacancy concessions that we put at 3%. This was, I think, 8% that we did. And then with the expenses, again, everything is listed out here, including the property management fee, which was higher this time, pad split fee, the transaction fee. We did a little bit higher on the property taxes compared to that single wide. But even with these higher expenses, you see now you're bringing in more than double as a standard single family rental that you're renting out for compared to 1,300, right? That's how we ran that assumption.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, in the mobile home parks, you're gonna get 1,300 or just at the crib or on a piece of land you might got with a little lot. You just throw the double wide on there. You go get 1,300 all day. And like I said, I'm not even speaking for I say 1,300 in my area. I'm not talking about Georgia. Like Georgia, a whole nother beast. Like there's millions of people out there. It is not a million. It's not millions of people out here where I'm at. I mean, it's some, but it ain't like a metro. You know, of course, some numbers are off, but yeah. What you think?
Well, I don't want this to throw you off here. I mean, this doesn't affect, because then again, we manually input everything. So this is
correct. Okay.
Yeah, we inputted this on our own. So I'll send you this report so you can take a look at it and, compare it to that single family that we ran. But from what I can see here, the way this is going to work is if we had those double wides and we added 3 bedrooms to them. And I mean, let me save this one as a 3-bedroom, and then I'll see how that compares if we only added 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, that's right.
Double wide plus 3 bedrooms.
Tom, what your brain doing? What is your brain doing?
I'm thinking about we got some 3 bedrooms, 3 ones that rent for, including the lot rent for like $700. So, if we convert those to a 4-1 and rent them for $100 a room, we're looking at a big increase, right? We're looking at $1,600 as opposed to $700. So,
Right.
and then the additional expenses, obviously, but we're still, more than doubling our revenue. So, yeah, it definitely makes sense as long as there's a demand for it.
These numbers is for double wides that got converted to 7 bedrooms, not single wides that got converted to 3 bedrooms.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking, along the same lines, but I'm thinking about a 3-bedroom single wide converting to a 4-bedroom single wide still, but going from our $700 rent to $100 a week per room. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So not putting all the numbers in, but just putting, rough numbers in my head, going from $700 a month to $1,600 a month, just on the rent number. So yeah, there's definitely value in it. And like I said, as long as we got the demand in the area, so we do have the ability, if we bring in a couple of trailers to try it on a couple, and if it seems like it's, if it goes well with those, you just keep adding, right? So
Right.
Exactly. So even just adding 2 bedrooms, you'll still see an 83% increase. So 1,200 versus that 680. And I didn't even adjust the numbers. I kept them as is with that like 3 bedroom. So expenses may be a little bit overstated. So you may be looking at close to like a 95%, 100% increase.
I like it when you got it. I like it when you got it, man.
Yeah, I think you figured out the formula, man. I think this is how we can make it work.
Yeah, so it got to be the 3. It got to be the 3 bedrooms. So Tom, you thinking it works for your single wides because of your area and the current rates, right?
yeah, I mean, with us being at $700 a month rent on a 3-bedroom, if we can get $100 a week, because $100 a week seems really cheap, right? As long as somebody in the area is looking for something like that,
Correct.
it makes sense. So, and yeah, $100 a week seems like nothing. It seems like people be eating that up all day. So,
Yeah, it sounds so good. It's crazy. Like what?
yeah. We do have the added expenses of the Wi-Fi, stuff like that.
Yeah. Water, Wi-Fi, washer for $100.
Like this to me becomes a whole separate business. Honestly, like we keep our mobile home park operating the same way it does, where we're not looking really to own the homes. We're looking just to own the land and have somebody rent the lot from us. But this opens up a whole separate business to me where I can
buy a lot, buy a double wide, maximize. Buy a lot, buy a double wide, maximize.
Well, even keeping it within our park, right? Like if I say, okay, like Tom and Tim, we have the mobile home park business. Well, then I can have Tom, or I can go to one of my other friends and say, hey, I have an investment opportunity for you. You buy this mobile home, you move it into my park, you pay me, $400 a month to rent the lot, and then do PadSplit on it.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So I can bring other homes into my lot if I can, roll this marketing and this business. If I can explain this business to somebody else, or have you guys explain this business to somebody else, I can bring homes in that way, by providing this opportunity to them.
For sure.
I like it, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think one of our One of our challenges might be parking, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's something you're
That
gonna
might
want to
be one of our-
consider.
Yeah.
That's a good
So-
point. Yeah, I mean that's something we want to take. So I mean, our members, and again, this is in core markets. I don't know how it's going to be other markets, but only about 45-50% actually have a vehicle. So when we're working with homeowners, we say, hey, in that parking space, if you're going to have 6 bedrooms, try to have at least 3 parking spots that people can easily access. You ideally don't want them to have to line up behind each other, because then that could turn into a detriment to the member experience. But that's a good point, Tom. Definitely something you want to keep in consideration.
Because right now, in my head, I'm only seeing 2. They got enough for 2 cars everywhere right now. Everywhere.
Mhm.
Every park I've been to is only enough for 2 cars. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the tricky part, but we can try to figure something out.
Yeah,
with that.
that's something we'll have to think through.
Everybody right part. Yeah, we're gonna think about that one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
every
also,
problem's got a solution. If we gotta add more parking pads to make it work, we can just do that. So
is street parking an option? Is that maybe something they could do? Or is it too
within the
narrow?
parks, we try to keep the streets clear and try to keep 2 like you're saying, 2 vehicles per space. But all these parks that we just purchased, we're looking at going in and kind of improving the roads anyway, so we can just tell our paver, hey, add a couple more parking spots to some of these lots here, extend the driveway a little longer.
Or maybe even I'm thinking now, like having a parking area, right? Maybe dedicating a little space just for parking that people can walk to if they wanted. But I don't know. You gotta just kind of think creatively on how you can go about it. So that way, in the event like you have those 4 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, maybe having at least 2 to 3 spots that they can easily access.
Yeah.
Cool,
I
man.
got a question. You may have said this already, but because I did jump off a couple times, I had a couple other calls come in. But as far as the room pricing, do you do are all the rooms priced the same, or can you set different prices for different rooms?
Yeah, absolutely. You can set different prices for different rooms, and if you have like a private entrance or a private bathroom, that's considered a premium room, and you can charge anywhere from about 15 to 20%, 25% more for those. If it has both of them, then you basically have like almost a little mini studio, and you can charge anywhere from about 25 to 50% more for those rooms.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I would say factors you want to consider real quick. I just want to, before we move on, factors you want to consider is like the size of the room, right? So if a room is bigger than some of the others, you can charge more for that. If there's maybe like easier access to the front door or kitchen or something like that, you get to set the pricing as the host. You decide on what that is. This is your business. We just provide the platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, very cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool, man.
More questions, man. If you can, you just copy and paste those questions. You just email them back to me. All right.
Yeah, you got it.
And everything, but if I don't know if you can send it to somebody else will answer it for you. But
yeah, no, I'll get some answers on those. And then I'm going to include these reports to you as well that I generated, so you can kind of get an idea based off the different configurations. And I guess next steps, just let me know when you decide on what if there's, let's maybe schedule another meeting, perhaps a week or 2 from now, so we can touch base. And
yeah. I'm gonna actually go to the park in about a week and meet with Tom out there.
Okay.
So, plan on doing some content creation and getting some stuff started anyway. So that'd be a good time to kind of chime back in, man. It's near your area, man. You said you in Florida though. If you don't got like a Georgia rep or something like that who can't come see you, boy, that'd be great, for them to come out there and come get some of this content with us trying it with the mobile homes.
Yeah. This a Macon, you said?
Yeah, Macon and Albany, right?
Yeah. No, we don't have anybody in Macon, but you can
even in Atlanta. Tell them we'll give them some gas. We'll pay them.
Yeah, I'll connect with them. We got 2 reps out there. We got 2, so I'll see if they're available, but I'll pass this by the team. So as far as like Tom, considering this, you kind of want to start off with a couple just to see how it goes. Is that right?
Yeah, and it could go one of 2 ways. It could be like it could be a home that we already have in the park that we own, or it could be a home that someone else owns in the park, right? Like I can see it going either way. I might go to my partners in these parks and say, hey, I'm going to buy one of these homes, and this is what I'm going to do with it. right? I'm going to bring one in myself and do pad split on it and pay the community the lot rent and, you know, go from there. So yeah, I mean, it could go either way. You know, it's just a matter of, yeah, seeing if it makes sense. But I guess the question is, how many units do you need, or how many rooms do you need to make it a core market?
Really core market is in the location, right?
So core markets, I don't know the exact threshold. I think it's about 100 that we need, 100 rooms before it crosses into a core market. But I know they're working on perhaps even rolling something out on a national level, but it's not there yet. It's going to take some more time just because there's so much interest from people all over. So I think it's only a matter of time before we start having this just nationwide.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, man, you know what I'm most excited for is finding out if Adia can get us some vouchers for these rooms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, rubs hands.
That'd be something, man. Yeah. Well, and I'll
That's gonna be amazing though, because man, that's the #1 voucher list. That is the 3 bedrooms and the 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms and the 3 bedrooms. They kind of go if they got a family. You know, families can get in the 3 bedrooms easy, but that 1 bedroom be usually veteran vouchers, right? So I actually got a guy that worked with Flip Market. He is a social worker. He worked with the veterans. This is, I think this right here is going to be ridiculous if we can figure out how to utilize the voucher. And even if we got to get these people, you know, onboarded through PadSplit, even though they do got the voucher, it's all about making sure the funds can get released to the right individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The availability of 1 bedrooms is very low. There's not a lot of 1 bedroom availability anywhere.
So you can see, yeah, so SSI will be approved for a weekly room rate equal to 2/3 their weekly income. W-2 or 1099s will have a weekly room rate equal to half their verified weekly income. So it doesn't mention anything about Section 8.
Yeah, and she worked with the housing authority, so she wanted to direct us, so she gonna get that answer, and it's gonna be real. That's why she talked like that. So everybody who watching part 2, Section 8 / PadSplit / mobile home / Adventure Game Changer.
That's it, man.
Really?
I love it.
Let's do it.
Amazing.
I think that really wraps it up, man. I'm really good. If I got any more questions, man, I'm gonna have to just text you or something, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, hit me up, man. Let me know. You got my number. I'll work on getting this follow up out to you by tomorrow. And then yeah, man, well, let me know once you guys are, you guys connect and we can reconnect.
Yeah, me and you'll definitely talk some more, man. I want to talk to you more on the influencer side of things, because I introduced you to the A team, man. I got another A team that's ridiculous. The people who couldn't come.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love life. Gotta love the folks you get into it with, man.
Do you make it down here to Jacksonville at all?
Florida? Yeah, man. I got family all in Florida.
Yeah. All right.
We have Jamaican, so if you're from Jamaica, if you're Jamaican, your family go to New York or Florida. I'm like the rare one that got stuck in the Carolinas, like looking like where
you got stuck halfway, man. You were on your way up to New York, and you just you got stuck there, man.
I was born in New York too, so I ended up halfway. It's crazy.
Oh man,
just ain't made it there yet. You know what? PadSplit about to give me a little spot in Miami. I'm headed out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's a market that we're trying to kick up. So cool, man. Well, if you're ever in chat,
it's the mobile home spot down here, though, man. On dealing with the mobile homes on the south side of the, this side of the world.
Yeah.
There's North Carolina, South Carolina. There's a lot of stuff going on out here.
Mm-hmm.
In Georgia, though, y'all started at the right place. I swear. The traffic there is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's why we started in Atlanta. We knew it was the greatest potential there. So. Absolutely. Well, fellas, it was a pleasure, man. Thanks for bringing the A team, and looking forward to reconnecting another time, man.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Go get you something good to eat.
Yeah, man. I'm hungry, dude. I
eat, man.
Woo, it's been a day. I tell you. So it's been. I mean, like every single day, it's constant, man. And we got so much interest. A lot of people. We're actually looking on bringing on more people because there's just an influx of demand right now for PadSplit with Pace and Jesse and all these guys hopping on board.
I already know. That's something. Hey, listen, I promise you. Between me and Mark, we know everybody in the mobile home space who got all of the influence, who really would love to see them numbers that we saw today. So that's why I said that we're going to take it step by step. Like you said, this is the first one. This is part one of understanding. And then once we implement and once we roll it all the way out, man, like I said, it's going to be amazing because even Tom is a part of a huge community of people with thousands of units. Like,
wow.
Like Tom is a big goat too. Like, you know, a lot of
we're getting there.
Well, that's it, man. I mean, you guys could set a precedent here, you know, and so that's what it's all about. Just see, you know, how we can make this work. And I mean, right now, just kind of in this brief discussion we've had and adjusting the numbers a little bit, it looks like, you know, there's potential here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing, guys. All right.
Thank
well,
you.
All right, don't forget to send me that recording. Send me this recording to my email so I can chop it up for a little episode with some sneak peeks to part one.
Oh, okay. You'll do that? All right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm about to put that on my Instagram, tag you and everything. We're about to go crazy.
Yeah. Big REI growth, man. Tag me on there. I'm big REI growth. That's the handle. So yeah.
I'm about to follow you right
big
now.
REI, yeah, big REI growth. I just created that separate account a couple weeks ago.
My boy said big REI.
But yeah, because some people call me Big E, you know, that's the nickname, man. So it's like, you know what, let me just do big REI growth, man. Big about the growth energy, man. I know you can't see my background here. Let me turn this off so you can see it. But this is my growth room, man. This is my studio right here. I got like, you know, I got the plants in the background. Alexa, turn on the joy.
We've been going crazy today, man.
Boom.
So come on, y'all be ready.
Turn up the lights, man.
Yeah, big time in here. What we doing? Yeah,
you already know. PadSplit, baby.
Yeah, I'm about to attack you right now.
Yeah, man. Go for it. Go for it.
You said it was big what growth?
Big REI, real estate investing, big REI growth. Yep.
Yeah, there you go, right there. Yeah, man. We're gonna go crazy, man. Let's just take it one day at a time.
I'm stoked, man. I love the energy that you bring and just the, you know, the creative thinking, always trying to think how we can find a solution, you know?
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about, I feel like, in life.
It is.
Figure out what you're good at. I'm good at putting it together.
Creating, you know, making lemonade out of lemons, man, you know, and people see problems, we see opportunity. That's what it's about, being an investor.
Quick question. How often are you in the gym, buddy?
I don't go to the gym a lot, but I teach yoga. I'm a yoga teacher, man. So
all right, that's cool. You get a pass.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you, man, go into a hot yoga studio, brother, and I promise you're gonna be barely walking out. Like, guys, I used to go big heavy into the gym, man. I was going 5-6 days a week, and then I was like, losing my range of motion. I felt so really tight. And dude, I'm stronger now just using my body weight and calisthenics and things like that than I was when I was.
Calisthenics, baby.
That's
what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing in there. Sauna, good calisthenics, a little strength training.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like I was working out today. I go to the gym, but I don't use the weights. I'll do like weighted push-ups, weighted dips, things like that. But I don't generally do like, you know, anything on the squat racks or anything like that. I just do my own kind of body work stuff.
Right. That mobility is everything, they say.
Bro, it's
being able to get around, get up. Can you touch something? Can you grab something off the ground?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I mean. Look, I mean, it's just a matter of, you know, like being able to pop into like a single leg squat, right? Coming down and then like coming back up, things like that. Man, you know what I mean? Like
you got, hey, that's the calisthenics, man. That's
it. Longevity, brother. Yeah.
Longevity, man. Health is wealth, man. That's all I needed to hear right there, man.
You got it. Yeah. Are you a big gym goer? Do you go to the gym often?
I just go hit it real quick, 30-40 minutes every morning. I usually hit the sauna for about 10 minutes. I
love the sauna, man.
Incline push-ups, you know, get up, get down, pull ups as much as I can. Then I hit the dumbbells a couple times. Man, I lost so much weight in the last like 4 months, bro.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, bro.
Amazing.
I was getting big, man. I was getting the man titties, man. I had to get there.
He was like, I got to do something about this. Yeah.
it helped me mentally, though. It just
oh yeah, dude. On days that I don't work out, I mean, I feel off, you know. So it helps you just be better at work. It helps you be better in your relationships and everything in life. So definitely understand that, man.
Yeah, man, I like you, E. We gonna. I see you in Florida soon.
Hey, man, we're gonna do big stuff, man. That's what's all big REI growth energy, man. Only big energy here.
Let's go. Hey, make sure you repost that story. Send me this.
I will, man. Yeah, I got quite a bit to catch up on here, but I definitely will, brother. Yep.
Yes, sir.
All
All right,
guys.
everybody.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Eat.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir.